Voted in the early election. And when I voted in the early election, there was only 3 people on the ballot. That was Mayor Rollins, and I believe Mayor Wilson, the guy running for councilman was Wilson, was on the ballot. And then the guy that's running against Mayor Rollins, he was on the ballot. Those 3 people was the only one that was on the ballot box. I did not vote for Rollins. I voted for the guy that's running against him. But my thing is, I'm here at Carter High School today to try to vote again. According to this, I can't vote anymore. And that's wrong. All of these names appear with signs along the street here. Gail is the one that I wanted to vote for.
Right.
Gail, she's the one that I wanted to vote for.
But she wasn't on the...
She was not on the ballot. There was only 3 people on that ballot.
Interesting.
3.
Did you bring it to the attention of the election judge that day?
I asked the lady, I said, ma'am, what kind of election is this? I said, there's only 3 people on the ballot. She said, that's all we have, is 3. And I'm saying, give me a break. We got more people running than that.
Now, what day was this?
This was, next I believe it was on Monday.
This was on Monday?
This is the very first day that they opened is when I went by there.
What did it say on your card?
Okay, according to this, they stamped it on the 9th. As you can see.
Today is the 9th.
Today is the 9th.
But they stamped that on
but they stamped...
these folks today?
No. This was stamped in early voting.
And it does say the 9th.
Yes, sir.
And that's not correct.
Well, let's see what
that is incorrect.
I voted early too, so
even if it's not in District 8, those outside of District 8, who are they running against? How would someone know to go and vote for those guys that's in other districts?
And they're not on the ballot.
And they're not on the ballot. This is wrong.
So you think something's happened here?
Yes, something is happening.
What you think happened?
They're violating the citizens' right to vote in Texas.
Our next speaker is Mr. Eric Lamont Williams. Good afternoon. I am here today standing as a former candidate for Dallas City Council, along with some others, Sabrina Brenham. We were competitors on the same ballot. I'm here today because of Election Gate. I'm here today because it's a sad day for democracy when people died to get the right to vote. And on this previous election day, citizens of Dallas were disenfranchised of their right to vote. And we have deficiencies in those numbers. How is it that a candidate for mayor gets 0 votes and he voted for himself? How is it that a candidate, several candidates, names are not on the ballot when voters go to vote? These are indeficiencies and discrepancies that need to be investigated. I will be calling for a full and thorough investigation of this vote, of this election, because I have invested a lot of time and energy and resources into trying to help my community. And I'll be doggone if I will stand by and idly watch the citizens' vote be destroyed by fraud. We must serve the citizens of this community better than that, ladies and gentlemen. I met with Ms. Toni Pippins Poole yesterday and brought my witness with me. I was not satisfied with that discussion. In addition to that, we have some serious problems that we need to address regarding these issues: campaign finance, election contests, election fraud from the county and the city. We have affidavits that are now coming in that we will be submitting to the DA. This is unfortunate, but this will be rectified. I will be calling for a re-election and a recount of this election. And I have some witnesses that are going to be speaking to verify what they had happened to them. A gentleman came up to me at Carter High School while I was out campaigning, very irate, frightened me. He was a lifelong voter. wasn't on the ballot. Glad McDaniel's name was not on the ballot. We need our electronics checked out. Now, let me explain this. Governor Greg Abbott's name was left off the November 4th ballot. So if his name can be left off the ballot, my name can be left off as well. We need a full and thorough investigation. Thank you very much.
And our next speaker.
Voted April the 27th. Wow, you heard it. Excuse me?
Give your address for the
And my address is 912 Deerwood, Dallas, Texas 75232. And I've been in that residence for 13 years. But I voted early on April the 27th. Early voting on Beckman. I showed them my ID, signed the ballot, and the lady, the judge, she said, now you can vote. When I got ready to vote, I looked at the ballot and it lit up. There was only 3 names on my ballot. 3 names. Mayor Rawlings and Mayor Rawlings' opponent, and Eric Wilson. I turned to the judge and I asked her, why is it there are only 3 names on my ballot when there are others running in this District 8 where I am? I don't see Gail Terrell's name or any other names appear on this ballot. To me, the system is broken and it needs to be fixed. We trust those in government to do the right thing. At least I do. But my trust went out the window when this happened to me. I've been voting for over 40-some years. And when that happened to me, it's like somebody snatched the life out of me, because you're taking something from me that I hear every day on the radio. Vote, vote, vote. They changed the laws on voting. You have to have certain requirements for voting. You go and you do the right thing, but what happens to you? What happened to me should have never happened to any voter. What happens to me, what about other voters that had the same ballot that I had? How many out there is just like me wondering what happened to my vote? I'm here to tell you, this commissioner court, I'm going to fight. And I'm going to fight hard to see that they produce my ballot and that they do the right thing for those that want to vote. It's a democracy. But when you fail to give the people the right to vote, you're destroying democracy. Democracy cannot stand when you have that type of corruption in it. It will not stand. As citizens, we should not stand for it. As voters, we should not stand for it. So I'm asking this commissioner, do the right thing. Do the right thing in my district. Let's have another election. And let's allow the peoples to vote, to get their opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Sabrina Brennan, 6621 LaGrange Drive.
I thought you first.
Our Dallas County Election Department is tainted and corrupted. I ran for Dallas City Council in District 8 in 2013 and received 30% of the votes, with encountering an voter irregularity that calls for the Sheriff Department to come to the polling site. This incident was reported to the Election Department, and to this day, I still have not received a response. Now, it is 2015. I ran for the seat again. This time, voters were given incomplete ballots, voters being told there were only 2 mayor candidates, and being told to come back on election day and they will see all of the names on the ballot. And all of us know when Ron Kirk went to vote for himself, he couldn't find his name on the ballot. So what is really going on? Me as a candidate in this election, knowing how many votes I should have received, knowing my status in my neighborhood, where I feed up to 300 people at a time, 3 times anti-bullying and infant mortality, and my votes have been mysteriously disappeared. Because I'm not the mayor's choice, but I am the people's choice. We need justice and transparency. Where is the integrity and loyalty in our election department? Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey are rolling over in their graves saying, the words we spoke